Well, it's time to look at transport once again, and as you know, I'm in Bulgaria, so we're going to do it here. Trains and boats and trolleybuses, how about that? The trains are quite old, and I don't mean the ones that are still running on the railways, I mean the ones I've got to show you are even older than that. The boats, well, there it is. We haven't been on it. It's a kind of cruise liner. It says it's a floating hotel. It's also got a restaurant, so it's our lunch menu today. And according to Google Maps, there are two such restaurants that are not on dry land. Couldn't understand when I first looked at the map that they seem to be out in the middle of the river, but they're actually moored up, and I think there's another one just over there. But so those are your boats, and in the town there's buses and trolleybuses. They don't have trams here in Ruse, but they have trolleybuses. So there we are, fly-by-wire, and this is Transport Tuesday. Down on the riverfront here is the oldest railway station in Bulgaria, and it's no longer a railway station, as you can see by the internal views. It's now the National Museum of Transport and Communications. It was originally opened in 1866 when they were planning a route from London to Istanbul via Varna, which is nearby. There's still a railway link between Ruse and Varna, but not from this station. As I said, it's a museum. It's got some inside exhibits, both full-scale and miniature and models, and it's also got outside exhibits. The Google Earth pictures make it seem like there's an active railway station down there, but of course it's just the yard of the museum. There are 10 steam locomotives out here. One of them was an 060 built by Sharp Stewart in Manchester. There's one built in Germany, one built in Poland, quite a collection here, and interesting to look through the uses they've had. A number of carriages used by the royals and other leaders. I noticed that there's one built for the Ottoman Sultan in 1866, which had a compartment for his harem. Also a carriage dating from 1902, which was used as mobile headquarters between 1894 and 1949 by the Soviet general who led the Red Army's campaign in Bulgaria in 1944. We were the only people visiting the museum this day, and we had to ring the doorbell to get the member of staff to come down from presumably a flat upstairs and let us in and put the lights on. I toured these coaches on my own because you had to climb up some fairly steep steps to get into each one, and Ruth didn't fancy that. The museum itself is underfunded, and some of the exhibits outside are starting to decay, with their position right by the river not helping that. Once my tour was over, I met up again with Ruth, who was looking after the station cat, and we headed off down the riverbank. From the museum, it's about a 20-minute walk along the Danube in the westward direction to get back to that ship I showed you before, and it really is time for lunch, so let's go in and see what we can get.
Love me more. Find me. I don't want anyone to hear me.
As long as you're not looking out the windows, you can't tell that you're not in a hotel restaurant, and the decor is extremely nice. The food was lovely. No, we didn't have any crazy fish. After lunch we carried on our walk and we spotted the other restaurant boat, slightly smaller than the one we've been on, and I think you can see how big the dining area is. It's nearly an hour's walk up from the old railway station, i.e. museum, through the town and to the current Ruse railway station, and that's where we have to go when we finally leave the area and cross over the river into Romania. I'm going to show you the details of the train trip right now because we're doing transport at the moment, but that's not all we got from Ruse, so after I've showed you this, we'll be back here and I'll show you a few other things around this, the largest city on the Danube.